So when you go to secure and the industrial internet, what are the kinds of things that really, we talked a little bit about behavior analytics, but what are the how does one go about it, architecting or structuring the network or supporting? What kinds of little tips can be provided that help to get somebody thinking in the right direction?
Again, connecting back to your earlier point, Brian, it's, if anything, not as complicated or deep a problem as the problem of detecting internet weather for human applications. What you really need to do is, again, as I said, just to repeat myself, network segmentation and line of sight. You're looking for things in the network that violate particular, not terribly complex rules, but you have to be 100% about them, right? And so the thing that people need, if you are in a business where you're running water purification systems or medical systems, you're already sensitive and knowledgeable about what it takes to make your environment and your machines stay up and running, because you care most about that, all right? Uptime and availability and process integrity and efficiency and all those things. That's what you're trying to assure, all right? So you're thinking mostly about safety problems. This is something that comes up a lot. People who run industrial environments think about safety much more than they think about security. All right, when they think about security, they're like, yeah, it's not my problem. I mean, this network's closed off. The internet's out there. I'm in here. I've got, oh, wait a second. Somebody's got a wireless access point. Let's leave that to the side. But the mindset among production people is, I'm not going to let anything compromise the safe operation of these machines. And so that's what they're thinking about. And really, this scale is an important part of the answer to your question, because example I love to give, what's a big company? There's about 300,000 people who work for your company. I could take you to an auto assembly plant that has 50,000 connected machines in it. So if you're going to do things like firewalling or inspecting ports or that kind of analysis, you run out of scale really, really fast. So to us, a key part of the answer is what we call policy-based inspection. Being able to say things like, I want to enforce line of sight on everything going in or out of that particular network environment. And that requires that you have a filtration capability in the network that knows how to parse the machine, the different protocols that they speak, all that frowsy stuff that they use, the different ways machines talk to each other, and to recognize when you're violating a relatively small number of rules. All right, but policy gets you to scale much faster than configuration does. So that's another aspect.
So when we take into account scale, you have a lot of machines involved. It seems to me that life cycle becomes a significant factor.
Absolutely. Oh yeah.
You can't just go out and just because you want to, like we do, we think
patch.
about
security patch from
right,
Microsoft
security
every
patching.
Tuesday.
Right, absolutely.
You cannot do that with a PLC in a plant or water filtration system or a sensor for a lot of reasons. Economics is one of them. There's just so many of them.
You can't go out and replace your entire factory.
And there's another thing that I always like to give as an example, because I've seen this with my own eyes. If you're an IT professional or security professional, and you walk onto the plant floor, you got your OSHA-approved protective eyewear and your hard hat, right? And you've got your patch. You're going to patch up a piece of firmware on a PLC or an HMI or other kind of machine. The guys, the men and women who run the plant, see you coming, and they don't let you in.
Oh, they don't want you interrupting their productivity, right?
More than that, in some places, like auto plants, you're violating union rules. Okay, you do not
that can factor things too.
Yeah, right. I mean, this becomes a major barrier. So the thing is that recognize, I think a lot of people fall down on this because there's a lot of talk about industrial internet security. Huge area.
A lot of talk.
Huge, but a lot of work too. But a lot of the work is coming from people who are strong and sharp and knowledgeable and experienced in IT and internet security. So they're thinking about securing endpoints and securing machines and doing patches and fixing password problems. It completely is not applicable to those environments.
Right.
That's a key problem. So for us, we always think in terms of a gateway layer, which is partially virtual and partially soft, and those are the places where you put the kind of policy inspection, that can give the right kind of safety enforcement and security enforcement. And now you're not trying to go and patch machines that no one will let you touch and that have scheduled downtime twice a year or maybe even once a year.
So you're building a perimeter around, in effect, that helps to augment whatever's in place.
Perimeter is a troublesome word.
Yeah, you don't like that word.
I don't like that word
What
because...
if I put a V in front of it, virtual?
Yeah, well, we'll take the V better. But the thing is, it's pervasive, all right?
Yeah.
There's pervasive pathways into industrial environments and out of them. Why you're doing it? Secure remote access, predictive analytics, telemetry control. If you can control those through well-defined gateway points, then you have it's not a perimeter, it's not localized in topological space, it's pervasive. And that's why I don't like the word perimeter. It needs to be everywhere there's network. And to do that in an efficient, cost-effective, and manageable way is the real win. Right? You got to be able to do this everywhere, not just at a perimeter.